Hi, how you doing? For those of you like me in the UK, not great news last night, but I guess lockdown 3 is probably not going to be much worse than lockdown 1 or 2. It's a bit of a pain here. My broadband died yesterday afternoon as well, so I'm trying to run a digital agency from a home office and homeschool 3 children with no internet, which is, you know, so be it. Anyway, I thought it would be really interesting to talk about some missing books. I've been involved in HEMA for a long time now, well over 20 years. And, back in the beginnings, it was really hard to get hold of manuscripts. And we kind of knew that certain ones existed, and we managed to get hold of them, and various of us kind of got together and shared what we'd found with each other and shared dodgy photocopies of various things, and some became really well known and popular and some didn't. And some that we'd heard of were never found at all. And over the intervening decades, some of these books have never been found. Dardy, there's a couple of Furies, there's various Lichtenauer School ones. One of the earliest is from the Del Serpente brothers. We know that it existed at some point, but we have no idea where it is now, even if it still exists. But there's one very specific book that I think we actually stand a chance of finding, and I would really, really love to find. I've done a little bit of preliminary research into this, and I've not really come up with anything other than dead ends at the moment, but that doesn't mean that it's not out there. It just means I haven't found it yet. So rather than keep you in suspense, I thought I'd tell you all about it. This is the pride of my collection. I don't know why I do that. I'm just like, oh yeah, I've set up the camera here. I'll hold stuff up over here so it's not even in shot. This is the pride of my collection. This is the wrestling book of Thomas Parkins. This particular one is from 1727. It's an amazing book, and such a joy to have. Anyway, at the beginning of the book, this is the second edition, so effectively what you have is the book as it was written, some additional parts, some explanations that weren't in the first book that made it much harder to understand, but also some correspondence between Parkins and some of his students. He was teaching some very senior members of the nobility, and there's a lovely letter here from the author, Thomas Parkins, to Lord Thomas Manners, and it goes a bit like this. I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but I'll read you the beginning. My good and kind Lord Thomas Manners, I am to thank you for your book of well-delineated postures I received from Mr. Stokes by the hands of Mr. Robinson at the Blackmoor's Head at Nottingham last Lent Assizes. Many are true, some are false, and that for throwing a man over your head by the hair is obsolete and out of fashion, ever since Periquis came up, and such as wear their hair long seldom come under our rough combs for fear of pulling their locks out of curls. He goes on to talk a bit more about this book. Could I meet with such a posture drawer at Belvoir when I could wait on you there this summer at your first coming down? He would invite me to print my wrestling book again. Now being out of print, we're all disposed to friends. Yeah, so what we know is that at the very least, Thomas Manners sent a book of wrestling postures to Parkins. Where is it? I don't know. But I don't know about you. but I would love, love, love to see it. I think it would be really, really nice to have some well-drawn imagery to go with the wrestling from the 1700s, because there's not an awful lot in here. The descriptions are pretty good. But yeah. So there you go. So that's one of the things that I will be attempting to do once I have internet again, will be to get back onto trying to track down this book of well-delineated postures. So I have an idea, and I kind of wanted to run it by you. So I need you to stick something in the comments, let me know what you think. Basically, what I'm thinking it could be fun is if I take some obscure techniques from some of the books that I've got that date back a long way. Some of them are only 20, 30 years old. Some of them are hundreds and hundreds of years old. But I thought it could be interesting to have a bit of a challenge. And I'll describe a technique, and then you can try and work out what it means and send me your videos, and I'll put them together into one bigger video and have a bit of a talk through it and see what I think, and we can all have a bit of fun throughout Lockdown 3 and try and make it a little bit more entertaining and a little bit more English martial arts. So let me know. Stick something in the comments if you think it's a good idea. If you want to have a go, great. If you think it's a ridiculous idea and I should just shut up and get back to reading stories to you, then that's great too. Just let me know. And as ever, if you've got any questions or any comments, any critiques, things that I can do to make the channel better, please let me know. So thanks for watching. I hope that that you'll subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you soon.